This is one of the nicest UiPath workflows that you'll see this year. It can detect objects in images and you'll see a full demo in just a few seconds. But let me explain about the theory behind it, the technology, and why it's important. It's called computer vision and it's based on deep learning. And why is that important, Anders, you might ask? Well, it's the future of RPA, or rather it's the future of automation. Computer vision is one of the 4 pillars in intelligent automation. And intelligent automation is simply just the mimic of the white-collar worker's job. That is, we automate everything a thinking office worker does. So whenever he do something, he make processes, we automate that with RPA, robotic process automation, as you might know. But we can also mimic how he thinks, that is by machine learning or big data analysis. We can mimic how he talks, how he listens, that is with chatbots, sentiment analysis and all that. And finally, we can mimic how he sees. And here, computer vision comes into play. Today, I have Radu from Neurolabs with me. He is an absolute expert in computer vision. He will take us on through a full demo in this. Neurolabs is a computer vision drag and drop just ready to apply for your RPA workflows. It is in pre-launch. It will officially launch the 1st of April this year. So you're lucky you're one of the first that will get a sneak peek on it. Radu also promised that if this video gets 100 likes, then he will come back and do a full demo of the alpha version. Isn't that nice? And in case you're wondering what I'm doing down here in my basement, I'll address that later in the video. Now the stage is all up to Radu from Neurolabs. Radu, welcome.
Hello.
How are you?
Yeah. Well, fine. Like after a working day in a startup, so yeah, all things good.
Radu, tell me what is Neurolabs doing?
Well, Neurolabs, we are a computer vision startup and with a clear mission to democratize the object detection for everyone. So that's our main purpose.
Radu, we are RPA developers here. Why should we listen to you today?
Well, that's a good question. And what I would suggest, let's jump in the presentation Okay, a few words about me. Why RPA? I have 4 years experience in RPA, and I work on different roles as a consultant, as a developer, or a business analyst. And I joined Neurolabs last year. And one of my responsibility here is to be the point of contact for the RPA space. And yeah, why RPA? This is from an article published by UiPath. So the time is now for the AI to shine. As we know, the RPA market moves more in the direction of AI. And as we see here, the executives are struggling to scale AI, and also the developers want to add to their skills the ML skills. So the pressure will be on the developers to train and equip themselves with ML skills in order to deliver as soon as possible complex solutions. And maybe you are wondering, okay, but we already have computer vision in UiPath. And yeah, that's true. So why is necessary another tool? As you may probably know, when we talk about computer vision in UiPath, we have in mind the skill that enables the robots to identify elements on the screen when selectors are not available. What are we doing, in fact? We are doing the same thing, but for objects in images or videos. So we want to extend the automation beyond the screen. So to use the images, to use the video streams we have, and to open new processes which can be automated. And UiPath is aware about this direction and this need of moving the RPA capabilities beyond the screen. And the recognition we got in December was a validation for us that the RPA space is ready to move to a next level, to bring more AI capabilities in the RPA integrations. So for this, we have created a platform where you can get an object detector running end-to-end in a few hours. No ML skills are required, just to know the basic steps in the process of training a ML model. We will look later at these steps. Let's see how it's working. As we said, we'll jump in action. And for this, we'll go in our platform. So just to have a flavor or about our platform. So we tried to create here a way for a RPA developer, for a software engineer, which has no computer vision skills, to be able to train a machine learning model. We have on one side the dataset overview, which is, if you're familiar with the computer vision models, in order to train a model, you will need a lot of data. The value we bring here is that we start from a 3D model and we create synthetic data, which means there's not necessary to collect data, we will generate it synthetically. And here we have a few examples with fruits, and most relevant would be the one with the supermarket. At the moment, we are focusing on some industries, which are retail, manufacturing, and that's why the examples we will see are connected with this one. So what we can see here are synthetically generated images. So we took the 3D model of each object, and then we placed it on the shelves. So we have here a data set. Here there are 5,000 images already labeled and ready to train a model. Once you have the model, the data set, you come and you can add the new model. It's quite easy, to create a data set and then to train a model.
Yeah.
A few clicks, then you have the model available. You can deploy it, you can use an endpoint, you can download it, and also you can see how it's working. So this was a little flavor. For those of you who are not familiar with CV models, here are the basic steps to follow when when training a computer vision model. And to make it more, more clear, more easier to understand, think about document understanding in UiPath, which helps us to process invoices. So until the point where we have that train model, these are the steps we are following. So first, we need to get data, thousands of invoices. In this case, then we need to label them to see which are duplicates, so to manipulate the data, which takes a lot of time. Then it comes up the part where you train the model. So most of the effort, it's here in the first two steps. Once you have the data prepared, it's quite easy to train a model. Once the model is trained, you can test it. You'll have some data where to test, and you can improve it. In the next slides, we'll focus on the first three steps, the ones which takes most of the time. And we'll move to what we are doing, in fact, to object detection.
Intelligent automation, the topic I introduced you to in the beginning of the video, and which this computer vision is a subset of. It is thought to roughly in this nice book, Intelligent Automation by Pascal Bonnet. I can recommend it. I got it 2 days ago. I already read all of it, and I'll recommend you to go buy it to get ahead in your RPA career. Also, if you come by Copenhagen, I can say to one of my colleagues, pick this up, I'm finished with it, you can have it.
So in the case of object detection, to train a model, the first step is to take a lot of pictures. And here we talk about thousands, 10 of thousands, or even more. Then somebody needs to annotate all these pictures. That means going through every single picture, drawing bounding boxes, and labeling them. Then finally, the data is ready to be used to train a model. State of the art in computer vision is given by deep learning models. Deep learning models need a lot of data to work well. The more the data, the better the performance. However, it's not just data that's needed, it's labeled data. It's highly inefficient to manually take pictures and label data. It takes a lot of time and it's very expensive. Finally, let's talk about model generalization. Usually, a trained model is as good as the data is trained on. So the real data is limited by nature. There is only that much you can collect. And this brings us to how are we doing computer vision at Neurolabs, and why synthetically generated data are so important. So at Neurolabs, we have substituted the real data with synthetically generated data. And firstly, we start from a 3D model. This is a digital twin of the product that is going to be recognized. Then we generate synthetic data, which includes virtual environments and the cloud scalable deployment. And what's the great point here is that these pictures are having also the metadata. So the pictures are already annotated. So it's not necessary to ask somebody to do this job. And yeah, the final step, we train the model on the generated data. But let's see an example of how the synthetic images look like. As I mentioned, we are focusing on the retail. And here you can see 4 examples where we have generated synthetic data. As you can see, we are flexible in playing with the angles, with the lights, with the way we arrange the products on the shelves. And everything, we do just by starting from a 3D model. Let's go back in our platform and see how it's working from end to end. Is clear for you?
Yeah, it was really nice with this explanation. I understood it perfectly now.
Great. So we'll jump back in our platform. And as I said, the starting point are the 3D models. At the moment, okay, we have some 3D models here. And you, as a user, you have the possibility to add your own object. This is quite simple. Well, I have already saved an object for Pepsi. Okay. And the final one, the thumbnail. We'll give it a name, Pepsi can, and we'll add it here.
What are all these 3 representing? I can barely see it.
So this the files which I have updated are part of the 3D objects. And maybe you are thinking, okay, at the moment I will need to give a refresh. As mentioned, yeah, we are working on this. Oh, here it is, our Pepsi can. Okay, so we have it. Okay, 3D models. Maybe you are thinking, okay, from where do I have a 3D model? Well, it's an entire industry covering this. One example, it's TurboSquid, where we can search for a Pepsi. And yeah, let's search a Pepsi can. And also, yeah, to be free, we don't want to pay anything. And here we find different models, which can be downloaded and just uploaded in our platform. Yeah, moreover, if you're familiar with the latest updates on iPhone, we have this application, which is a 3D scanner. I'll just show you a short demo. Yeah. So the app allows you to create a 3D model of different objects. So as I said, there is an entire industry which works around this, and acquiring or getting 3D models will be more and more easier in the future. Even using a mobile app. But let's see how our platform works. For an example, as we saw, I have uploaded. I want to use the uploaded model. And here are the objects we want to recognize. So yeah, we can choose, okay, the Pepsi, let's say an orange, I don't know, a bun. Then you have the possibility to choose the scene. So here, think about, okay, where you will use the model, where it will be placed. We'll have also a custom option. So here you can upload your own pictures. So once you have selected the scene, just click next, give it a name, and we'll click on generate. And in background, what will happen? It's similar with what we have seen here. Our platform will create synthetically generated images for the objects we have selected. Maybe the ones with the fruits. For example, here, we have 4 classes, so 4 objects, and these are images created for this. Okay, once we have the data set, which can take around 4 hours, you can come and train a model. And here we try to make it as simple as possible. As you can see, okay, you can select the speed, or you can select the efficiency, and it's not necessary for you to know what's going in the back here. We have at the moment three models, which are 3 algorithms which can be trained, and based on your choices, our platform selects one of them in the background. Then you can choose how you want to deploy it. You can have it to use in AI Fabric, which is now the AI Center. That means that you will download the model and you will import it in AI Center. Or, okay, you want to have an endpoint and just to send a request to that endpoint. Also, you can choose if you want a classification, a detection, or a tracking. Some of the options here will change. We are currently working on the platform. We had a round of user interviews. We collected a lot of feedback from different users, and now we try to bring more and more features here for example, yeah, for post-processing, so you can select different options, and when you will call the API, you will receive also this information. So all the features here are to help the user to easily integrate the solution in a workflow.
And when you say you want to help the user, if I look at this, there might be some of the things that I don't know what is. Is there some documentation somewhere?
Well, on 1st of April, we will launch the alpha version, and we will have a screen where once you select a different option, you will see how it will influence the output. And also the documentation will be available for more details. But this was a requested feature to see, and yeah, it's gonna be like a screenshot, and you will see how it will change based on your choices. Once you have selected all the options, okay, here you see this will be the model which will be trained, efficient that. For those of you who are not familiar, these are state-of-the-art models available for everyone. Yeah, we'll just give a name model and we'll train it. We'll be back, yeah, in 4 hours, and we'll have the model here. Once the model is trained, we have the option to deploy it. That means it will be hosted on our platform, and you can copy the URL, or you can download it, as I said. So the part here, you can have different options and flexibility. And also what we have seen for this one, you can upload your own images and see the performance of the model. Okay, for our demo today, I have prepared a model related to smart city. So we detect cars and people, and we are using an endpoint. So for this, I will switch.
Before we move on, if this video helps you, please give it a thumbs up, as that will improve my reach and Neurolabs' reach, as well as make me really happy. And by the way, what I'm doing down here, if I show you this, you might have guessed it. Back to the video.
Oh, that looks nice.
Machine. Yeah, so we have a simple workflow. I try to create a use case. What we are going to see here, we open a website where we have a live stream with a parking lot in Italy. The user, to make it more interactive, we will take input from the user, like how many pictures you want to take, and then we'll make a call to our endpoint. At the moment, we are using the HTTP request, the activity which is already available, and here I just copied our endpoint.
Wait, Radu. HTTP requests or REST API calls might be something that my viewers are not aware of. To my viewers, a HTTP request or a REST API call, you can simply see that as a request and a response, just like when you make a Google search. So we connect two systems, we do a request and get a response back. Back to Radu.
In the future, we plan to create a custom activity or custom activities. We are in the process of becoming a tech alliance with UiPath. So for the user, will be more easier to integrate our solution in the workflow. Okay, let's see what it's doing. So we have the website.
Yeah.
Okay. For the demo, we'll keep one image. As said, yeah, I've set a delay. Then, okay, the screenshot is saved. Then, okay, we send the picture to our endpoint, and it should be ready, the one we have run. And let's see the results. So this is the original picture. Then what I haven't shown you in the workflow, I have integrated also a Python script which adds these bounding boxes. So here we can see the, let me zoom it. Okay, I think the quality of the picture is not so great, but beside this we have also a document which says, okay, the name of the class, the coordinates, and which is the confidence for all the detected objects.
And so let you just try to understand it. So what we did here was that we took a picture of some cars live in Italy, and then we looked for cars, and we found all these cars. And
exactly.
Yeah.
And their position and the confidence level of the model. How confident is the model that that's a car or something else?
And we can use the API integration between Neurolabs and UiPath to have it in our workflow.
Exactly. In fact, what we see here, it's the response which was a little bit processed, because as you know, we have a JSON. So the result is a JSON. So first of all, I deserialized it, and yeah, in order to have it as we saw it in the CSV file, yeah, I add it first to a data table and then just save it to a CSV file.
If you ever get tired of Neurolabs, Radu, we have an open position as an RPA developer here, just for your information. It looks like you're okay to that as well. Are you some kind of a whiz kid that's good at everything, or?
Sorry, what?
Are you some kind of a whiz kid that's good at everything, like RPA and computer vision and all this? Does this come naturally to you?
Yeah, like they're going hand in hand, I would say. Like,
and how would you say that we can use these? Which use cases will we use object detection for? In UiPath?
Well, having in mind, yeah, we will have a live session. I was thinking this will be a question from my side for the audience. So I will ask also here, and I will ask the user to contact us and to think about different use cases. So as you saw, this is like one use case when you can detect cars or people. Another one who can be detecting food in a canteen. This was a use case we have implemented. And there the UiPath just linked the technologies. So yeah, here comes the imagination of the users and of the RPA developers. We are aware that this is a new technology, and up until now, the RPA was focused on on the screen. What we want to do, okay, let's move beyond the screen. Let's use the objects in the real world and automate new processes.
It looks awesome, right?
Yeah. And beside this, another thing which I had in mind was, okay, we are now working at the platform, and would be great to have feedback from the users. As you remember, when we first talked, I was reaching you, let's have a discussion, tell me what do you think about it. And then we have this opportunity to address to many more people. So we want to build a product for you, for the RPA developers. And any feedback is more than welcomed. And a last thing would be, okay, you asked me before how you can use our platform. So we invite you to be an early adopter, you and everyone who is watching the video. Just go on our website, neurolabs.ai, on free trial and fill the form. We'll reach you and we'll try to find the best solution for your use cases. Another important thing is that you should have in mind objects from the real world. So objects, when we say objects, think about the ones for who you can have a 3D model. So this is our target in this time, just to make it clear for everyone, what we are doing.
Yeah. Cool, Radu, that's so cool. And again, sorry for the live stream that went down. We will fix that.
That's it. Thank you, Radu. I really enjoyed your company, and I think most of my viewers did as well. And to the viewers, do you like this format where I try to combine theory with an expert that I drag in and that can explain and demonstrate us complicated topics that will make us better RPA developers? Let me know here in the comment about what you think, how we can improve, but also which topics you'd like to see in the future. Now, if you want to stay ahead of your RPA learning curve, you can either watch this video with Kieran Gulmurray, an absolute automation guru, or you can get expert RPA advices with Harrison Good up here.